Okay, children. Once again, very good evening to all of you, right? So, as usual, I have come to your home, right? Okay, so children, we have discussed about batteries previous week, right? So, today we are going to discuss about basically what are the differences between batteries and cells, and then we are going to discuss about the relevant applications of circuits and about the terminals of the batteries like that. Okay, right. So children, that is the structure of today's discussion. Okay, children, and we have a special announcement that we are going to start our paper discussion from today onwards, right? So, children, once after finish this class, right, it will finish most probably around 7:30 p.m., right? So, from 8 to 9 p.m., 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., our paper discussion will be continued, right? Okay, so children, once after finish this session, both Sunday and Monday class students can freely join with us with the paper discussion. I hope that you have printed your papers that I sent you. That paper is very important. It is included all the questions appeared from first unit, plant diversity lesson, right? So children, then that is the flow of today. Okay? මම තවදුරටත් විස්තර කළොත් එහෙම අද පන්තිය අපි 7:30 වෙද්දී අපේ සිද්ධාන්ත පන්තිය නැත්නම් තියරි ක්ලාස් එක අවසන් කරලා ඊළඟට අපි රාත්‍රී 8ට නැවත හමු වෙනවා අපේ ප්‍රශ්න පත්‍ර සාකච්ඡාව සමග. එකට අපිත් එක්ක පන්ති දෙකේම දුවදරුවන් සහභාගී වෙනවා, right? හරි. Okay, so children, without taking much of the time, we'll move with our today's discussion. Okay, right? Because I know that some of the schools, they have got their vacations due to ordinary level examination. So I hope that you are not tired, right? So then I'm not taking much of the time. Sharp at 8, I'm going to start paper discussion, and sharp at 9, I'm going to stop that. Okay, so I know some of the school students have their school tomorrow. Okay, right. So children, previous week we discussed about battery. That is the point that we stopped. Okay, so I told you that battery is a collection of cells, several cells. Battery is a collection of several cells and generate more electricity, children, right? So previous week we defined what is called as a battery. So newly joined students, I hope that you have already printed this tube, generation of electricity, right? So then I hope that you have the printed tube. If you have missed previous recordings, we have sent it related to the February month, right? So then children, you have to refer for that and then clarified if you have any doubts, right? අලුතෙන් join වෙච්ච දුවදරු ඉන්නවා නම් මේකේ මුල් කොටස් වල recordings ටික අපි පෙබරවාරි මාසෙට අදාළ ඕගලන්ට ඒවල ඇති. ඒවා refer කරලා ඔයාලගේ මේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් ඒකත් එක්ක join වෙන්න ප්‍රශ්න අපෙන් clarify කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, right. So children, now we are going to discuss about today what are the differences between batteries and cells, right? Now turn to the page number 7. Turn to the page number 7 of the tube, right? Tube number 3, right? Okay. So children, we are going to write down what are the differences between batteries and cells. Previous week we defined what you call as a battery, right? So I told you that battery is a source of electricity which can obtain more electricity rather than a single cell, right? So previous week we observed that how we can form a battery using simple cells. So we discussed kind of an experiment also. So then now we are going to write down what are the differences between batteries and cells, children. Okay. So children, cell is one, right? Only one unit, right? Battery is, collection of several cells. right? Cell is only one unit. Battery is collection of several cells. Okay, children. Here, children, cell can generate low amount of electric current, but battery can generate more amount of electric current, right? කෝෂයකට හදන්න පුළුවන් පොඩි කරන්ට් එකක් battery එකකට හදන්න පුළුවන් ලොකු current එකක්, right? Other thing is that cell is a one single unit, එක ඒකකයයි. Battery is kind of a collection of several cells, right? So I hope that it is clear for all of you. Okay, right. Now I am going to write down the differences between cell and a battery. So here in the page number 7, I have given the table, children, right? So this side cell, this side battery. Okay, right. So here I am writing the first one. Cell. Cell is a single unit which can generate electricity, right? Here the battery is collection of several cells which can generate electricity. Okay, children? Right. So the second one, a cell can generate low amount of electric current. Right? This here battery can generate more amount of electric current. Okay. Quickly write down these differences. These two differences. Quickly write down. Dear Navanga, I think I have sent that unit 3 tune. I hope that you have the soft copy, right? Today I have sent it there so that you can get printed it, right? Okay. I think Yuhatsa and Navanga, I think, right? So then I have sent it today. Keep printed that tune, and then you had better to listen to the recordings that I sent you previous video. Okay, don't worry. For now, just listen, and then once after printed your tune, you just refer for this recording also, right? But very carefully listen, and if you have set of papers or any other book, you can write down this one after listening very carefully. Okay. Dear children, finish writing.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, all
Writing.
others?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, seems that many of you have finished it. All right. So children, next one we are going to discuss about what are the advantages of battery over a single cell, right? What are the advantages, right? What are the benefits of battery, right? Rather than a single cell. Okay, children? All right. So now you already know, right? Rather than a single cell, battery is more effective. Rather than single cell, battery can generate more electricity. We can obtain more electricity rather than single cell, right? We'll quickly write down in the page number 7, right? So here, the page number 7, I have given what are the advantages over a battery over a single cell, right? Okay, so here we can write down more electric current can be obtained from a battery rather than single cell, right? කෝෂයකට වඩා වැඩි විදුලි ප්‍රමාණයක් අපිට ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන් බැටරියකින්. Quickly write down that one also.
Done, teacher.
Okay, done. What about others? Have you finished?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. All right. So I hope that you have already written these advantages also, right? Okay, children, can you remember about, we discussed simple cell, right? We discussed about Alexander Volta's cell, which is called as Volta cell, right? So children, you observe that there are lot of weaknesses in simple cell, right? So one thing is that the production of electric current, the generation of electric current is very low in simple cell, right? So what is the other thing? Zinc plate depletes very rapidly. Depletes means දිය වෙලා යනවා, ශීන වෙලා යනවා. Zinc plate depletes very rapidly, right? Another thing is that children, this here when it comes to this simple cell, it is difficult to handle. Why it is difficult to handle, children? Because of it is full of dilute sulfuric acid. So then it is really difficult for us to take away from one place to another place. Difficult to handle, right? And it is very dangerous to bringing from one place to another place, right? So children, it is not user friendly. And zinc plate depletes very rapidly, right? Another thing is that children, you observe that in simple cell, there are gas bubbles accumulated around zinc plate, right? So I told you that when these gas bubbles accumulated around zinc plate, we have to wipe it out and once again immerse it, right? So then children, because of these difficulties, practical difficulties, prayogika dushkarata, practical difficulties, we are not using this simple cell for our day-to-day functions, right? Okay, so children, we'll write down weaknesses of simple cells. Most probably in your first term test, this question will be appeared. Write down weaknesses of this simple cell, right? Okay, I hope that it is very easy for you to write. Now you have the knowledge, right? Now in the page number 7, I have given the spaces to write weaknesses of simple cells, right? Okay, the first one, difficult to handle as it contains a liquid, difficult to handle, not user friendly, right? Next one, formation of gas bubbles disturbs the continuous flow of electricity. Okay, the next one, zinc plate depletes means ക്ഷീണവേനോ ദിയവേനോ depletes rapidly. Okay, quickly write down as these weaknesses.
Finish, madam.
Okay. Yenuli is asking, teacher, aren't we discussing the paper today? Yes, definitely we'll discuss, right? Right after this class, right? Most probably 8 p.m., right? I'll put the link once after finish this lesson. After 7:30, I'll drop the link into the group. So have you finished writing?
No, teacher.
Okay.
Done, teacher.
Okay, dear children. So shall I move with the next?
No, teacher.
Okay, you are still writing, right? Okay.
Miss, are we doing the paper class?
Yes, we are doing the paper class after May 7:30. 7:30 means I'll give you the time for your dinner. At 8 o'clock, we'll start our discussion. From 8 to 9, we are going to do paper discussion. Okay? Okay, children, finish? ඉවරද වැඩේ? හරිද?
Yes,
Still doing?
teacher. Done, teacher.
Okay. Seems that many of you have finished writing. Okay, right. So children, we are going to discuss about types of cells and batteries that we can see. Okay, children? Okay. So children, we are going to fill the table about cells and batteries, different cells and batteries. Okay, children? Right. Here, children, you know the most conventional form, sampradayika akare, dry cell, right? So children, you know this is dry cell. Dry cell included zinc sheet, carbon rod, carbon powder, and other chemicals. So previous week, if you can remember, we cut down a battery, right? We cut down a battery and we observed that what is included in a battery, right? So you observed that ammonium chloride, manganese dioxide, and then graphite powder or carbon powder included in a muslin sack or a muslin bag, right? So we observe the component of this dry cell. Okay, so children, in addition to that, you saw that zinc sheet, carbon rod, and these things also. And children, where are the instances that we use these dry cells? Electric torch, radio sets, and wall clocks, right? So these are the normal uses that we use these dry cells. Okay. Now this one is alkali cells. You may wonder that what is called as alkali cells. Dry cells are the thing. Alkali cell is what? Children, you observed that inside the dry cell there was manganese dioxide and ammonium chloride substances, right? And carbon powder or graphite powder. Mineral kudu. සහ අනිත් ammonium chloride සහ manganese dioxide කියන සංයෝග. Here children, alkali cells, it is included kind of a basic substances, basic components, right? So bases which can dissolve in water is called as alkaline substances, alkaline compounds, ශාරීය සංයෝග, right? හැම බැටරි කෑල්ල ඇතුළෙම නැහැ manganese dioxide, graphite powder, and then you know here ammonium chloride. Not all batteries. Here children, alkali cells we can see, calculators, mobile phone like batteries. I hope that you have seen these batteries. Okay, so children, alkali cells, right? Alkali cells have nickel, cadmium like metals, right? Nickel, cadmium also kind of metals, just like iron, yakada. Yakada වගේම nickel සහ cadmium කියන්නේත් ලෝහ. In addition to that, it included alkali substances. භාෂ්මික නැත්නම් ක්ෂාර. ජලයේදී වන භස්ම ක්ෂාර. The bases which are dissolved in water is called as alkaline solutions or alkaline substances. I'll tell you, I'll actually describe you in your acid and bases lesson. Okay, children? So here, children, keep it in your mind. This instance, alkali cells include nickel, cadmium-like metals with alkaline components as the electrolyte. Here it was included, dry cells included manganese dioxide, ammonium chloride, and carbon powder like. but battery to battery, cell to cell, the chemical components are different. You know, cells and batteries generate electric current as a result of chemical reaction. For the chemical reactions, there should have chemicals in it, right? නේද? battery කෝෂවලයි සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ. electric current generate කරන්නේ chemical reaction එකක් නිසා නම් එහෙනම් chemicals ඇතුළේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ, right? Okay, so then children will write down what are the substances have inside these alkali cells, right? Metals like nickel, and cadmium with alkaline components. Okay, children. So thereafter, we can write down telephones.
Teacher, should we write this in the 10th page?
Yes. Cameras, right? The 8th page you have that, right? 8th page you have that table.
Teacher, we have it on 10th.
Sorry? In the page number 8, පිටුවේ 8 වෙනි පිටුවේ නියනවා නේද මෙව එක?
Yes,
Table එක
teacher.
තියෙනවා නේද?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, you can fill this table. And finish.
No, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
All right.
Done, teacher.
Okay, children, have you written? There was a small technical error. Finished?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So children, we'll move with the next one with button cells. Where we can see button cells, children? We can see button cells in wristwatch, right? So children, we cannot fix dry cells for the wristwatch. නේද එහෙනම් අපේ අත උඩ පොඩි ලයිට් කණුවක් හිටෙවුවා වගේ තියෙන්නේ dry cell එකක් දාගන්න පුළුවන් වුණා නම්, right? So children, in wristwatch batteries we are using button cells. Okay, so here children, in these button cells have lithium and mercury like substances. Okay children, lithium and mercury, right? So children, you know mercury is not a good metal for the environment, right? So children, this is bit of harmful for organisms, for the ecosystems, right? පරිසර පද්ධති වලට හා ජීවීන්ට මේවා හානි කරයි, right? So children, when we are when we are releasing it out, right, we have to actually go through very safety manner to release it out. Okay, right? So children, will write down button cells, right? Substances, lithium and mercury, right? So children, this mercury is a heavy metal, right? Okay, heavy metal means බැරලෝහ, right? Mercury is a heavy metal. Heavy metal. That means බැරලෝහ, heavy metal. So these are not good for environment also. Okay, right? So children, what are the uses? We use these cells in wrist watches, calculators, likewise. Okay, so children, next one, lead acid accumulators, right? Children, you know, if you have car, right, or if you have a kind of motorcycle, you don't have, your parents have, right? So children, you may have heard that the car battery also not working now. The car battery run down, right? The motorcycle battery run down, right? So I had better to get fixed it. I had better to exchange it. Likewise, you may have heard these dialogues. මේ බැටරිය බැහැලානේ. දැන් තාත්තලා කියනවා ඇහිලා නැද්ද? Right? So then children, it has included acid, right? So children, what is that acid? Sometimes you may have heard battery acid. Some in Sinhala, some may have heard battery vatura, right? That is not water, children. Okay, that is sulfuric acid. Children, in this lead acid accumulator, it is included lead and sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid. As a result of that chemical reaction, this is going to generate electricity. Okay, children, right? So here, children, it is included dilute sulfuric acid. Lead is in Sinhala iyam, right? Meva hondama nae eliyata muda harina එක, right? So that is not good to release it out after using. Okay, so then we have to recycle these things if you release it out. It includes lead. Lead means, if you don't know, lead means iyam, right? So lead and dilute sulfuric acid included in, right? So here these things included cars, buses, motorcycles. Okay, quickly write down these things also.
Teacher, button cells are also giving power to the circuits, right?
Yes, button cells also giving power to the circuits also. Yes, good. Yes, so most probably these are the instances that we can prominently see that usages of button cells. Instances kila kiyane, and then most of the question papers I have seen, they they have asked write the instances where that we use this button cells. Instances means avastha, right? So when we are discussing question papers, I'll tell you, right, how we can write the answers for different types of questions. Okay, right? Instances, the places that we use these button cells, right? Okay.
Finish, madam.
Okay. Okay, children, finished?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. All right.
Teacher, mic is off.
Teacher, your mic is on. Teacher, your mic Teacher, your mic is on. Teacher, we can't hear you.
Okay, children, can you hear me now?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, children,
Yes, teacher.
okay. Have you written, finished this one?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Right. So, children, now we are going to discuss how we can do the disposal of the batteries. How we can release these out, run down batteries. Children, keep it in your mind as we think we cannot release out all these batteries and the cells, right? So, children, these are considered as e-waste, right? e-waste, right? So then children, electronica apadravya, e-waste. So children, why these are not good to release it out? You know, you observe that there are heavy metals, right? There are corrosive acids, sulfuric acid, and then you know, you observe that lead. These are not good for soil because soil also having lot of organisms. For our human body also, these elements or these metals are not good, right? So children, before you release these rundown batteries out, we have to recycle it, right? To reduce the harmful nature of the chemical component in these batteries, children. Right? Now quickly write down in the page number 8 what we can do for disposal of these batteries. Okay? Right. The batteries should be recycled. Right? What is the reason? Those here we'll write down like this. The harmful chemicals can cause several diseases. Right? Likewise. Okay. Okay, children, finish?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Done, teacher.
Okay. Right. So children, after this one, we have to discuss kind of an experiment. අපිට මේකෙන් පස්සේ තියෙන්නේ experiment එකක් discuss කරන්න. Very easy type of experiment, right? Very quickly we can discuss it. Okay. So we are going to discuss or we are going to prepare, we are going to discuss how we can make a battery handy pack, right? So then connecting several batteries, we check whether how it generates electricity. Okay, children? Right. Right, children. So, children, this is mentioned in page number 23. Experiment number 5. Constructing a battery. You know, collecting several batteries, we can form, connecting several cells, we can form a battery. So, children, if I show you, this is one single cell. This is single cell. This is dry cell, children. Okay. So, this is one cell. Here, children, after fixing lot of batteries, right? After fixing lot of batteries, right, we can prepare a battery handy pack, right? After connecting several cells. Usually, in our normal day-to-day life, we just say that these are, right, battery kayala kiyala kiyan. right? අපේ නිකන් ජන ව්‍යවහාරය කියන්නේ බැටරි කෑල්ලක් ගෙන කඩේ යනවා, right? So children, this is a dry cell, single cell. But children, connecting several cells, we can form a battery, right? Okay. So this is one of the small battery handy pack, but I don't have a cardboard here. I have not used it, right? As a housing, we can cover this up and then we can use it to get more electricity. Okay, children? Right. Okay, children. So here, what are the materials that you need? You need 4 dry cells, connecting wires, a piece of cardboard, a sellotape or rubber band. Okay, children. Here you can see 4 dry cells, right? 4 dry cells we have used, and then we just connecting negative terminal of the battery of the positive terminal of other battery, right? Here this negative terminal of this battery we just connecting with this positive terminal. Here negative terminal of this battery is connecting with the positive terminal of the other battery, right? So here negative terminal connected, conductive wire taking out. Here this one positive terminal connected, conductive wire taking it out, and we just cover using a cardboard as a housing, right? අපි නිකන් ආවරණයක් විදියට පාවිච්චි කරනවා. Thereafter we check whether how it is effective, right? ඒක කොච්චර ඵලදායිද කියලා බලනවා rather than a single cell. Okay, right. Now let's have a look how we can do that. Okay, connect 4 dry cells in series. In series means in series, right? In series means in the same line we just connecting this dry cells. එකම line එකේ සේරම connect කරගන්නවා කොහොමද? One dry cells positive terminal. Here let's say this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, right? So here positive terminal of this A battery is connecting with the negative terminal of B battery, right? And then positive terminal of B battery, negative terminal of C battery. Positive terminal of C battery connecting with the negative terminal of B battery. Okay. So then thereafter, children, we just take it out all these lengthen up conductive wires, and then we just cover all these dry cells using a cardboard, and then the main conductive 2 wires, this one and this one, take it out from this handy pack. Okay, thereafter we just connecting it with the bulb, motor, and then a coil. Here children, basically in this practical, they just connect it only with the bulb, right? නේද? ඔයගලන්ට තේරුණා කියලා මං හිතනවා මේ බැටරිස් වල ධන අග්‍රය පොසිටිව් ටර්මිනල් එක නෙගටිව් ටර්මිනල් එකත් එක්ක ඔය විදිහට කනෙක්ට් කරලා මේ පැත්තෙන් එළියට එන එකයි පොසිටිව් ටර්මිනල් එකෙන් එළියට යන එකයි ඒ කන්ඩක්ටිව් වයර්ස් දෙක අරගෙන අපි කාඩ්බෝඩ් වලින් කවර් කරලා අපි එක කනෙක්ට් කරනවා බල්බ්ස් වලට. ඕකේ? Okay, children, sorry for that disturbance. Okay, so children, now let's have a look how we can do that. Okay, right. Now I am going to show you by connecting the bulb with the So here children, this is my bulb, right? And this is my connective wire. Okay, so I hope that you can see this bulb. Okay, so this is my conductive wire, right? So children, this is my single cell, right? This is my single that cell that I used, right? So I'm keeping the battery like this here. Okay, on this bulb holder. Children, can you see the brightness of this bulb? Right? Can you see that brightness of that bulb? Right here, this is single cell, dry cell. Okay, so I am keeping this dry cell on this place, right? So then like this, and then just connecting like this. So children, bulb brightness is bit of low. Thereafter, I am going to use two dry cells. Okay, now I'll show you two dry cells. Children, can you see my battery handy pack? Make mama cardboard වලින් cover කරලා නැහැ. I have not used cardboard to cover this one, right? Only plastic cover is there, right? So here children, two batteries are there, right? Now I am going to connect this connective wire with other side of the battery bulb, right? So children, can you see that its brightness is higher than the previous one? Can you see it? The brightness is bit of higher than the previous single cell. So what is the reason for that, children? More batteries, by connecting several cells, we can form a battery. Battery can generate more electricity. So I hope that you understand it. Rather than using a single cell, you observe that more electric current generated by battery. Then by this brightness also you can identify that more amount of electric current has been generated. ගොඩක් current එක produce කරන නිසා තමයි මේක ගොඩක් brightness එක වැඩි. Previously you observed that using one dry cell, you observed that the bulb was not much brighter, right? Okay. So if you use a motor also, the motor rotates very rapidly, right? Rather than a single dry cell. Okay, right. So in the page number 23, we'll write down the observation, right? Okay. When the bulb is connected to the battery, the brightness of the bulb increases. Okay, rather than using a single dry cell. Okay, the next one, the conclusion. What is the reason for that? You know, battery supply more electric current rather than a single cell. Okay, right. A battery, you know, battery is a collection of several dry cells or cells. Okay, a battery supplies more electric current than a single cell. That is the conclusion. So quickly write down in the page number 23.
I have finished, teacher.
What about others?
I am still writing, teacher. I have finished, teacher.
I'm done, teacher.
Excuse me, teacher.
Okay, dear children, finish, done?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, right. So children, we'll move with the next. Right. Children, turn to the page number 9. Right, page number 9. Right? Okay. So children, we are going to discuss about terminals of a battery. Terminals of a battery. Right? So children, if you carefully observe, right, you can see that in this dry cell, this is a dry cell, no? In this dry cell, you can see there are two terminals. You can see positive terminal and positive symbol, it has been mentioned, and there's a groove-like structure, right? And then you can see negative terminal at the bottom, right? So children, what does these terminals do? These terminals can draw out electricity. These terminals can draw out electricity. Children, in the normal condition, can we see any formation or generation of electricity? No, right? Until we connect these two terminals using a conductive wire, we cannot draw out the electricity from this battery. Battery එකෙන් current එක අදින්න බෑ. අපි conductive wire එකක් use කරලා closed circuit එකක් හදනකම්. Okay, so children, to draw out the electricity from these two terminals of the battery, we have to connect these terminals with the closed circuit. Through an open circuit, we cannot get the current. So as okay, so children, terminals we'll define first of all, right? So Terminals of batteries. In the page number 9, I have given the definition. Terminals are the sources which can draw out electricity from a battery. Right? We'll quickly write down this definition. Okay? Terminals. Okay? Terminals are the sources that can draw out electricity from a battery. So most of the electric sources have two terminals, which is called as positive and negative terminal. Okay? Quickly write down this. Okay, children, finish?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. All right, children. Now we'll move with the next. Right. Two main terminals. You know, each and every battery or each and every electric source, they have two terminals, right? So, children, positive terminal. Positive terminal. Positive terminal, which is shown as positive symbol here, like this. Okay? If you can see, positive terminal, right? Here, this one is negative terminal. Terminal. Okay? So, children, in simple cell, which one is the positive terminal and which one is the negative terminal? Children, when I was explaining about simple cell, I told you that zinc sheet is more mischievous. Mischievous කියන්නේ dangai, right? The reactivity also really high. Always trying to jump into the sulfuric acid solution, right? Depletes and release zinc ion into the sulfuric acid solution and then release electrons into zinc sheet. Okay? So then children, zinc sheet terminal, they have lot of electrons on this zinc sheet. So because of this accumulation of electrons is negatively charged. Negative කියලා කියන්නේ that is the negative terminal. Electrons given into the zinc and then zinc depletes, zinc jump into the dilute sulfuric acid, right? Okay, so then electron content is really high, right? Okay, so then zinc sheet is negative terminal. So many of the past papers, they have asked Negative terminal. What is the negative terminal of the simple cell? Copper sheet is positive terminal. Okay. Okay, children.
Okay, teacher.
All right. So then we'll move with the next. Right. Why it is important to connect terminals correctly, right? So children, keep it in your mind. Electric current always flows from positive terminal to negative terminal, right? Electric current flows from negative terminal to positive terminal. Okay, positive terminal to negative terminal, right? Children, keep it in your mind. When we connect this terminal, positive terminal and negative terminal using a conductive wire, what will happen? From negative terminal to positive terminal, electrons are flowing, right? To the opposite direction, positive terminal to negative terminal, current flows, right? Electric current flows into the opposite direction which electrons moving. හැම battery එකම මෙහෙම තමයි. Negative terminal means electrons concentration is really higher once we connect it with using a conductive wire, right? So then from negative terminal to positive terminal, electrons are flowing. Okay. Electron යන දිශාවට ප්‍රතිවිරුද්ධ දිශාවට තමයි from positive to negative electric current flows. Okay, children. So children, keep it in your mind. That concept will be taught in your grade 10. 10 එකේදී තමයි මේක ඕගොල්ලන්ට කියලා දෙන්නේ. But now, since you are grade 7, keep it in your mind. Always current flows from positive terminal to negative terminal, right? Okay. You can write down. In the page number 9, I have mentioned why it is important to connect terminals correctly, right? Flow of electric current. Current always from positive terminal to negative terminal. Okay, children. Here, children, next one, standard symbol to denote a cell, right? So here, children, you know, standard symbol for dry cell or a cell is like this. This is responsible for positive terminal. Positive terminal. This is responsible for negative terminal. කොට එක negative terminal එක තමයි පෙන්නන්නේ. Okay, no need to write like that, but for your easiness to identification, you just mention what is positive one, the lengthy one, here negative one, the shorter one. Okay. Children, finish? Done?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, right. Children, next one, we are going to discuss what is called as electric circuit. Electric circuit, right? In the page number 10, right? Okay. So, children, I'll show you using a dry cell. Okay? Right. So, children, an electric circuit, Vidyut Paripataya, electric circuit. Electric circuit is a path of conductors, right? Path of conductors, right? Path of conductors which driven electric current through a closed circuit, right? Children, this bulb only illuminates when we switch on this, right? When we switch on the switch, it completes the closed pathway. Sangruta Paripataya, right? කොහෙන්වත් කැඩිලා නැහැ. They have a continuous supply and the flow of electric current. If only like that, this bulb illuminates. Okay, children. So then electric circuit is kind of a closed circuit which flows electric current. Closed circuit means there is no any breakages and all the places connected. Now children, now I am showing you open circuit. Right? Now I am showing you open circuit. Now children, you can see, right? The conductive wire is not connected. The bulb does not illuminate, right? Now I am going to connect it. What you can see, the bulb illuminates. Why? There's no any leakages, there's no any breakages, right? This is a closed circuit. This is a closed circuit and it has continuous flow of electric current. Now this is open circuit. Onna දැන් විවෘත පරිපථය මේක closed circuit. Okay children, right? I hope that you can clearly observe it. This is electric circuit. There's no any breakages of electric current flow, right? Now we'll quickly write down what is called as electric circuit in the page number 10, right? An electric circuit is a closed path of conductors through electric current driven by a voltage source. Voltage source means, children, that is batteries, right? It can supply a voltage. Voltiyatavයක් සපයවන්න පුළුවන්, right? Voltage source may be a battery, a current source, current supply, likewise. Now quickly write down Finished, dear children?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, I can see some are writing. Finish?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, right. Now children, turn to the page number 24, testing the current direction. Right? Okay. Children, for this experiment, we need to use two dry cells, pieces of wire, conductive wires, and electric motor, and center 0 millimeter. You know for what we use center 0 millimeter. Center 0 millimeter we use for identification of the direction of current flow as well as the flow of electric current. Here children, what we are going to do, we just connecting positive terminal of the battery with the negative terminal of the millimeter, and you can see negative terminal of this battery is connecting with the positive terminal of the millimeter in setup A, right? Setup A, battery is positive terminal with the negative terminal of the millimeter, millimeters positive terminal with the negative terminal of the battery, right? What is the other one, other setup? Setup B, what we are going to do, we are going to connect negative terminal of the millimeter with the negative terminal of the battery, and then positive terminal of the millimeter connecting with the positive terminal of the battery. Then we observe what is the direction that motor rotates, right? So children, at the same time we observe that to which direction this this millimeter indicator deflects, right? So after changing terminal also. Children, I'll do this practical without having this millimeter. Using a motor, I'm going to show that what will happen when we change the terminal of the battery. Okay. So then children, now we'll observe what will happen. Okay children. Right. So I have explained you how we can do this practical. Now I'm going to show you what will happen. First of all, I'm showing you what are the terminals that we are connecting. Okay. Right. Here children, this is one of the battery handy pack, right? Using prepared using two dry cells. Okay. Keep it in your mind, right? I'm going to fix this red colored conductive wire, right? This red colored conductive wire with this terminal of the motor, with this terminal of the motor, this side, right? This terminal of this motor connecting with red one, right? Red wire, right? Okay, so then I am connecting black colored one to the other terminal. Okay. Give me a second. right? Children, I hope that now you can see to which direction this is rotating, right? And now I am slowly stopping it, right? It was rotating to this direction, right? This direction. If you observe from your side, you can see that this direction that motor is rotating. Okay. So then I have fixed red colored connective wire or conductive wire to this terminal of the motor, right? Okay. So here black one I am connecting to this terminal. Right? So then you observe that this side, it was rotated, right? So children, now I am going to change these two terminals, right? Okay. I am going to fix this wire with this terminal, other side, right? And then I am fixing black colored one to the, right? Now you can see again it rotates, right? Now if I am slowly stopping it, it just rotate to the opposite direction. Previously this side, after changing the terminal, this side. Okay. Likewise, if you use millimeter also, millimeter indicator deflects previously this side, let's say, and then if you use or if you change the terminals, then it rotates to other. The needle or the indicator deflects to the other side. Okay. Okay. All right, children. So now we'll move with the observation. Here in the original connection, motor direction, right? So previously you observed that it rotates to the left hand side, right? Left hand side. Thereafter changing the terminal, it rotates to the right hand side. Okay. Left hand side. After changing the terminal, it rotates right hand side. Okay. So then ammeter direction, right? Indicator deflected. Indicator deflected to, let's say, left hand side. Left hand side. Because we have not used millimeter here, right? Here, indicator deflected to right hand side. අපි මේක මේ assume කරලා කියනවා විතරයි in this ammeter direction මේක මේ කියනවා විතරයි, right? When we are fixing ammeter, millimeter, sometimes this direction change. Keep it in your mind rather than the previous direction. When we change the terminal, it deflects to the other direction. අන්න ඒක මතක තියාගන්න. terminals change කළාට පස්සේ ඔක්කොම flow එක change වෙනවා. Okay? Conclusion. There is a direction to the flow of electricity. Okay, children, quickly write down. Okay, dear children, finish?
No, teacher.
Done.
No, teacher.
Done, teacher.
All right. Okay. So children, once again turn to the page number 10. We have a small amount to write furthermore. අපිට චුට්ටයි ලියන්න තියෙන්නේ මේකෙන් ඉවරයි. Right? Children, now you know from where to where the electric current flows. Right? Electric current flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. Right? So then you can write down in page number 10, current flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. Negative terminal. Quickly write down that one. Have you done? Finished?
Yes, madam.
Done, teacher.
Okay. So then children, this is the last point. What happens when terminals are changed? Right? You know, usually bulb illuminates. The motor rotates to the opposite direction. Right? Okay. Although we change the terminals, bulb illuminate. Right? Because when we change the terminals, current flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. කොහොම වුණත්, right? Bulb illuminates, motor rotates to the opposite direction, right? Okay. Right. The bulb illuminates, but the direction of motor change. The direction of motor rotates change into opposite direction. Okay, right. So by this point, you can quickly write down this one. By this point, this today theory part will be finished. So children, at sharp at 8, right, we are going to start to discuss this paper, right, under the paper discussion, right. So then I hope that you all printed this paper because we have uploaded it into the announcement, right, the common community, right. So then I hope that you may have printed this paper. Okay.
Done, teacher.
Okay. Right. All of you have done, finish. Hari the වැඩේ.
No, teacher.
Okay. Hari. Right. Other students, right, once you finish writing this one, have your dinner and quickly come back with the paper discussion session. එතකොට මේකට Monday class and Sunday class both students will be joined. Okay. Quickly have your dinner and come back at 8. The link have been sent into your groups. Okay, children? Right. So then we'll meet at 8.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome, dear. All of you welcome for joining with today's lesson also.
Teacher, we should come for the same link.
No, no, no. I have uploaded that link into the group. Okay? අලුත් link එකක් දාලා තියෙන්නේ ඒකෙන් join වෙන්න 8ට. හරි?
For which group, teacher?
Yes.
For which group, teacher?
For the for your group and as well as the community also.
Okay,
Group එක
teacher.
check කරන්න. Just check the group. Newcomers are coming through the announcement group link. Okay? Link දෙකම එකයි.